Hey, everybody. Welcome to day 495 of Reseller Reflections, a day in the life of a full-time reseller supporting her family. It is Thursday, October 16th, 2025, and we're halfway through October already. Wow. All right. We did not meet our sales goal yesterday. We didn't even come close. Um, Today's really not looking that much better, but yeah, I guess it's just part of the roller coaster we all ride when we're resellers. Goes up, goes down. And that's just the way it is. So I am reset to zero. The shipping is done and it's all looking good. But I want to talk about pressure for a second. And I know a lot of us that are in this business put an enormous amount of pressure on ourselves. And a lot of it is probably very unwarranted. But there's a very good reason for it. Like in my life, I am, supporting my family, or at least one one child, and have the house and all the bills and all of that stuff. So, if things don't go, I have to put a significant amount of pressure on myself because nobody else is going to, right? I'm not clocking in someplace. I don't have goals that somebody else sets. And it can be an enormous amount of pressure. And, some of that's good and some of that's warranted. And some of it's not. Like, what are the things that we're putting unrealistic pressure on ourselves about? Because it can be really stressful and really damaging. Sometimes we're setting unrealistic goals. I've talked about that and the damage that does. Sometimes it's just maybe it's a streak that you have going for something, and you just have this unwarranted pressure, even though there's no significance to the streak, even though it's not pushing you forward. Maybe you're putting this unwarranted pressure on yourself. And pressure is, it sometimes, like, if we don't hit a goal, we look back and we were like, oh gosh, instead of being curious about it, we're like, oh, well, I didn't do that. Like, and then the pressure mounts and it mounts and it mounts. So I think one of the keys to really letting this go is not to look back with curiosity. Like, why didn't that happen? Is that okay? What would I do differently next time? Or is this some pressure I'm putting on myself that really shouldn't be there because it has no significance to me? Like, I haven't been feeling, I didn't feel great yesterday. So, like, I didn't go to the gym, and I find myself like, oh my gosh, I'm putting pressure on myself. Like, I need to do that. I need to do that. I need to do that. When, because I set a tactic, right, that I would do that at least four days a week. And I don't know that that's going to happen this week. And so what the natural inclination is, and I'm sure it's yours too, I'm sure it's almost everybody's, is not to look back with curiosity and say, all right, well, why did this happen? Was it warranted? What would I do differently next time? It's to go, oh God, I'm not going to do, God, I'm just so disappointed. I can't believe I let a day slip. This is just really just, I'm so disappointed in myself. Well, I have to do better. I have to do better tomorrow, or I have to do better next week. And I'm pretty sure that's the wrong thing to do, is to put that pressure on yourself. So instead, I'm just going to look, and this applies to so many different scenarios in life. It could be our listing goals, it could be anything. Like, I'm just going to look back and I'm like, all right, well, why didn't that happen? And, like, in my particular situation, it's because I'm not feeling great. And it probably would have been, was it the right decision? Yeah, it was the right decision. It's not going to move me toward my goal, but it was the right decision not to push, because probably I would have felt worse. So let's think about that when we're putting pressure on ourselves, when we're thinking about those streaks of things we've been doing. Is that pressure warranted, or is it just, something that we are creating in our minds that is causing extra stress? All right. Think about those things. If you're feeling stressed, if you're feeling anxious, if you're feeling a lot of pressure. And again, pressure is in this business, especially if you are, paying the bills and you need them, like, you have to put a certain amount of pressure on yourself in order, you know, to move forward, because nobody's going to do that for you. But let's try to find like a healthy balance between the pressure we should be putting on ourselves and the pressure that is absolutely unnecessary. All right, guys, have a great night. I will see you on day 496 of Reseller Reflections. Night, night.